Hello, Pisces. It's umomgtarot, and this is your someone secretly talking about you tarot card reading. Please bear, we here at umomgtarot know that our appearance will be changing over time. Please bear with us. As you have noticed, there have been just inconsistent uploads and stuff like that. I am recalibrating. There's a lot of events that I just don't talk about that have been happening, and it's just thrown me off balance. And I know obviously less viewership and all that yada yada yada, but that is okay because it seems to be aligning to my own vibe. So as I begin to pick things up again, I just want to let you know that if you'd like your own personal reading, check out the description. There's a link to my website. And yeah, let's get into this. Let's do this right now. I don't like to be like, oh, this is coming, that's coming, because in the past it just never came through with it. So but things are in the works. I did it anyway. All right, Pisces. Well, let's have a look and see who is talking about you. Pisces. All right, you got Libra energy. Libra's doing some talking about you, Pisces. I wonder what it's about. But you are seemingly on their mind. This energy is diplomatic and gracious. It seeks harmony and balance in relationships. So there it is right there with the Libra energy. Of course, Libra is also associated with Venus. And Venus is a lover, not a fighter. So finding harmony and balance in relationships is priority to them because they appreciate a complementary personality. They appreciate balance. So there's that with their dynamic. Then we have Scorpio energy. Look at that, Pisces. The energy is intense, masterful, thoughtful, and magnetically charming, but also secretive and possessive. So these are they're not sister signs, but they're like cousins. But they're like sisters, aren't they? They're right next to each other, so sometimes there's Libras with little Scorpio-like qualities and vice versa. But Scorpio is generally very sensitive and very they're deep in thought most of the time, and don't provoke them because they will go deep with the revenge plans. Oh, I'm sorry. I just noticed my cat's water was not plugged in. I'm sorry. That's an emergency. Water needs to be available at all times. Alright, Pisces. Let's recalibrate, reframe, recycle, reduce, reuse, and close the loop. Your final card here is Aries. Some of you guys dealing with an Aries, thinking about an Aries, wondering about an Aries, but this Aries is pondering about you, talking about you. Alright, the energy around you is dynamic and spontaneous. Crusading impulsive action is likely. So the person talking about you, although they could be any of these signs, we gotta notice what is the make model here collectively. What kind of person are you dealing with that's talking about you? Well, this person is relatively fair because that Libra energy, they like balance, like I said. And the Libra it's the card of justice. I mean, it's the energy of, all right, tit for tat, karma. Well, Scorpio is more karma, right? And that seems to be a theme here. Tit for tat, karma, betrayal, redemption, revenge. It's balance. Balance. But then there's also impulsive energy, which Aries and Scorpio kind of share because they both are ruled by Mars. So we have Mars, we got Venus, relationship dynamics all over the place. Mars to the Venus, Venus to the Mars, relationships boy meets girl, obviously. But not even just the relationship, but more the how do you guys interact with each other. It's a boy versus girl situation, archetype speaking. It's the pulling the hair. It's the teasing, but not really meaning it. It's all them things. Right, but that's the dynamic we're dealing with this person. And then also this person takes things very personally, seriously. They're not to say that they're sensitive, which they are, but to mean that they don't just think that you said hi. They think that you flirted with them and it means you might make out later. They take things very deeply, very personally. That was meant for me when you wore shorts that day. Because you never like showing your legs, but you did it because I was in office that day. Little things like that. And the Aries, again, impulsive, but also just they wish a mother would, and they did, and they will. So they'll take the action. They're bold, they're courageous, they're brave. But also, again, action. A lot of people, they like to just do all that, but they don't want to post up when you come around. But Aries definitely does. They'll be like, what? Yeah, what? Huh? Say something. You know, they'll be one of them's. Confrontational. Oakley dokes. So that's the vibe with this person. They would. That fiery energy could also speak to romantical, sexual energy as well. So if we're seeing this type of connection, dynamic, I think the number one thing is kind of sexual thing. Sexual dynamic usually comes up first. But let's have a look. Could be a vengeful ex-partner talking about you. It could be somebody you're committed to right now, being impulsive. It could be a person who does their own thing, very solo, but they need loyalty. They're impulsive. They need that independence, the individuality to do their own thing for that impulsiveness not to be a problem. But again, they feel things deeply. So let's have a look at what they're talking about when it comes to you, Pisces. Oh shoot, right already? Like right off the bat? They're already talking about that love. We got the Lovers here. The Lovers is associated with Gemini, which is interesting. A major arcana card, big theme. This is about soulmates. This is about the connection being so strong they can't deny it. Yeah, the glare is kind of bothering me. So it probably is bothering you. But let's keep going. All right. So Pisces, first card, the Lovers. Second card is Hierophant. Now we're talking real commitment, serious commitment. Now we're talking about relationship type energy. This person's very, very it's very, very pronounced that we're talking relationships here. Romantic relationships, commitment relationships. We are meant to be, supposed to be type relationships here with the Lovers and the Hierophant. The major arcana themes are pretty loud here, right? The Hierophant is also associated with Taurus, who is also ruled by Venus. Yes, yes, oh yes. All right, so let us keep going. Let's talk about love. Let's talk about love like we're Celine Dion. All right, that's what's going on here. This person was committed to you, fully invested, and thought it was meant to be. This person has moved on or is trying to move on. Maybe it's giving ex person that used to be mean a lot. It's also giving the twin flame story where the person is a runner, when even though they know what is meant to be, what is destined to be, what feels right, what feels like home, what they committed to. I feel like the action is impulsive where they run away. So if we have this Scorpio and Aries energy kind of hovering near that momentum, it would seem that this person felt betrayed. Maybe this person felt betrayed and like their commitment was betrayed, like the destiny or the soulmate energy connection was invalidated or disrupted in some way because this person's actions are saying, let me walk away from this, which is on par with like a twin flame connection where they get so hypnotized by what could be that they just run away because they could be, you know, a runner, a track star, and afraid of commitment at that time. So we see a lot of emotions in it. So we have to consider the fact that this person's perspective may be 90% of the story. That time that you gave me cut eye, yeah, that's when I knew our friendship was over. Because, you know, you always used to smile when we made eye contact. But I lost my vision. My eyes squint randomly. I'm cross-eyed. Oh, I didn't know that. Whole perspective change. Now we can be besties again. But, like, hey, yo, how are we besties if you didn't know that? Anyways, let's keep going. You guys have a lot of major arcanas popping up. We have the Strength card associated with Leo. But also, this is the drive and the will towards the action. So this is not just about what this person be saying. It's about what they do. And what they do is something that they feel very justified in doing. Whether that's talking about you, whether that's their inability to try to move on and have some issues with discussing that. We see with the Swords, it's about intellect, so I think it's conversation. Conversations about moving on. Perhaps about how you've moved on, how they've moved on. Since this card's not in reverse, I'm not going to say that they haven't moved on, but like, where are we moving to? Because the Strength card also indicates a little bit of like, endurance, right? So what are you enduring? You know, does that mean you've been suffering since you left me? Like, does that mean that what you realized in your quest outwards towards elsewhere, you know, you've realized that you need to have emotional strength for that. You realize that it was a journey that you needed to go on to realize what emotional intelligence truly is, because this person has been enduring. But why would you be enduring something that you're walking towards? You know, unless it's kind of like working out to lose weight and you're like, ugh. And you do it so that you can have that moment where you're like light and dainty and going, oh, this old thing, you know, this old body. I don't know. It feels like a front, doesn't it? Like the Strength card is in reverse because like maybe it's a highlight of them not exercising the emotional intelligence that they should have learned, or that they know better and they're not because they're being impulsive. Something fiery up in here. Let's see. Who's this jumper? Who this? There it is. There it is. We have the Judgment card. Give me a star 4th of 5 cards. Major Arcana. Now, Judgment is associated with Pluto. Pluto is associated with Scorpio. It's staying within the family. The Judgment card also speaks to waking the dead, doing a full life review, evaluation of what your deeds were. Were they good? Were they bad? Was it a matter of perspective? Did you mean well? Did you mean harm? What did you do? So this means that this person, what they're talking about when it comes to you is like just the full story. What has happened since. They're going over what the moral of the story was in your situation. You know, if it didn't work out, they're talking about why it didn't work out. And yeah, but you know, basically she told me that it's either me or, you know, Pepsi. And I said, hey, I like Pepsi, so I gotta dip. Obviously it's gonna be deeper than that because the connection here is pretty strong with the Hierophant and Scorpio. The Judgment, the Karma. I think that when we discuss the moral of a story of something happening, usually something conclusive has happened, right? Usually something karmic, guys. And so I don't know if it's you that has karma come your has had karma over for a visit, and they're talking about that. But I think there's like a karmic event that makes you, them, or both of you talk about the way that each other have moved on, what has happened since, realizing that it came full circle, or there's like, or they've been in a situation, you or them have been in a situation where they've had to kind of deal with something that happened to them, but they did that to someone else. They did that to you at some point. So Judgment, it's a matter of perspective. It's a good thing, bad thing. It's a realization, it's an awakening, and it actually is a pivotal moment in the twin flame journey, if you guys believe in that. Like when they have that aha moment, that realization of, you know, oh, I'm running away from the truth, and the truth is bad, but you know, you're so familiar, and I'm what I'm afraid of is messing around and breaking your heart, so I gotta run. And that's what a lot of the twin flame energy is like. But don't put up with that foolishness long term or anything like that. That's not what I'm about to be promoting right now. But I'm saying, when things come full circle, you're very lucky because it doesn't happen to everybody. Some people just do bad things and then they just go on and not care, and then that's it. But I think you're having, or this person is having a full circle moment about you, them, or the situation. So that's not bad. That's not bad. And maybe it kind of triggers something in you to discuss about your past relationships where you've learned something conclusively over time. Like, yeah, when you just break up, you can't see any good. Or, you know, when you had an ex-partner that you haven't even thought about in a while and you see where they're at, maybe it makes you do a full-blown evaluation. Obviously, comparing yourself will rob you of some joy, but, like, making things make sense. If that's how you get your kicks, if that brings you relief, making things, how things ended up make sense is something that could be worth doing if that is beneficial to you. Not if you're sensitive about, oh, they have a mansion, fine dining every week, we go on vacation every couple of months, and like I live in a studio apartment making ends meet by doing God knows what, you know, working overtime, barely able to feed my cats. Oh no, I'm not talking about me. I'm talking about my friend. Anyways, there it is. That's your reading. Don't feel sorry for me, even though at times you see tears in my eyes. Okay, anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Actually, no, I gotta do my spiel. If you enjoyed the reading, please give the video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment, share the video, and if you like your own personal reading, check out the description. Still have the same amount of fun as we do out here on the YouTubes. And yeah, thank you so much for watching, guys. I will see you in the next one. Ciao, ciao.